What is going on, guys? Back for another trade recap for the day. So, what was I looking for today? What was going through my mind? Everything like that. So, coming into the day, I had finals this morning. I didn't trade really AM. I took one trade, and it was for a $44 loss. I'll go over that real quick. So, what was I looking for? We had news at 8:30. I tell myself not to um, trade prior to market open, right? But we have data highs right here. That was my draw on liquidity. We were coming from was it a 15-minute or an hourly or something? Yep, 15-minute. 15-minute gap. Let's see. It might have been the 15-minute OB actually. That's what I used. I think it was this. 15-minute order block. Yep. Even though that's pretty. Let me just make sure. I mean, we have an hourly order block, but this was it. This was the order block, my fault. So we have a 15-minute order block that we are delivering from. We have our drawn liquidity, which is data highs. What are we looking for? SMT, some type of entry, if that's a CISD or a IFEG. Okay, so let's see. I just want to compare. Where is this morning, man? 8:30 right here. What's the low? The low is 8:40. The low over here, I'm 99% sure was not 8:40. No. So 8:40 right here. Obviously SMT inside a 15-minute order block. What are we looking for an entry? A 1-minute CISD, which is right here. This is your entry. You can put your stop wherever. If you want it down here, you can put it there. Either way, you're going to have a decent RR. Like, even when you have it at the bottom, it's almost a 2 RR, right? But I did not enter on the 1-minute CISD. I entered in on. I missed that, I believe. So we had the 1-minute CISD. And this was my first problem, right? It was real stupid of me. Number one, we're going to go over the reasons why it's stupid to trade. One, pre-market, right? Volatility's down. There's no reason for me to force a trade because this will be here. If we're going to draw, if this is our draw on liquidity and we don't take it, it's going to be there at 9:30, and I could find an entry. Pre-market, volatility's down. What else? We have SMT with ES, which this was probably the dumbest thing that I chose to do. So this is where I enter. I wait for a 5-minute gap tap because my thought process was if we are going to go up, then we're going to respect this 5-minute fair value gap. So I get in on the gap tap right here, limit order. This was my stop, but I closed early because I said in the Discord, if we close below this fair value gap and we inverse it, right? That's what closing below would do. It'd make an IFEG. Then that's telling me we are going to go down because we are disrespecting bullish PD arrays. And if we're doing that, I know we need to go down prior to moving up. So as you can see, this is 850. This is 850. Huh, am I tripping? Oh, I think this, no, I don't know actually. What was I thinking? I thought we had SMT. 8:30 was swept over here. Was it over here though? It was, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure what I was thinking. Okay, so I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. I mean, it was still a super mid trade, and definitely is not something I should take, but not for the reason that I put. Oh no. So I'll go back on here. This was not true. We didn't have SMT. Unless we had it like on a low time frame or something, but I don't think we did. No. So that was the 3 minute. There's a 3 minute gap right here, which we ended up respecting, unfortunately, and that's what pushed us down farther. But this is our problem right here. There's no reason to trade for me right now. I don't do pre-market. I've never won trading pre-market. That's the thing. There's been multiple times where I'll take a trade pre-market. I never win. So I should learn, right? But I didn't. Took it, lost. Down $44. I'm glad that I didn't wait for this. There's no reason to have your stop here, right? No reason to have your stop here, because if it disrespects your PD array, if it closes below this box, it's going to continue down. That's invalidating your trade. Therefore, close it. Cut your losses. Even if it somehow goes up, let's pretend it does. Let's say it inverses this and then goes up. I mean, it's a decent trade, right? It's not the best. I mean, it's not the greatest. But, like, you still win, right? But at what cost? Because that's not always going to happen. There's a higher chance that it's going to go down and sweep these lows before going up to your TP. So, it's smarter to just cut your losses then. And wait for a better entry. Jeez. So do we get a better entry? We come down. All morning we're waiting for Trump to talk. Nothing's happening. What could you have taken? I mean, this is a new week opening gap and a 15-minute PD array, right? So you could have found a 10 a.m. PO3 in here. Let's just say this is untapped or unmitigated PD array. I was taking a test during this, so I didn't get the chance to trade. So if you're waiting for an unmitigated PO3, this right here, this is the CISD, which is horrible. You see how like high up it is? I'm not a fan of that. And either should you be. Granted, it would have worked, right? So even if you took this trade on the CISD right here, change in state of delivery. So that is the last series of down closing candles prior to sweeping these lows, right? So here is the low, 1055. 1055 is the low, but I think we had some sort of SMT. Let's see. Nope, we didn't even tap that. 1055 is the low. 1055 is the low, so no SMT. But we're in the new week opening gap, which is a huge support. You'll find this to be like a great PD array. So the fact that we can find a 15-minute unmitigated inside that is like even better. The only problem is we don't have SMT, right? So that's pretty unfortunate. But you could probably still find a trade anyway. CISD wouldn't have worked for me. I never in a million years would have entered this high up on the move. So, I mean, I saw Dodgy, who's another day trader, a bigger influencer. He took this 1 minute fair value gap. It's at IFEG. Personally, I don't think I would take this ever. It's just too high up, like I said. This is the IFEG. We close above, right? So he enters. I'm not a huge fan. Obviously, it works out, right? Cool. Let's see if there's a 3 minute or anything. Possibly if there's a 3 minute that looks cleaner than that. I mean, there's not. There's nothing there for us. It's too choppy down there. I know a bigger influencer who trades the PO3. He took a power of 3 down here. I'm not sure where, because if he took it out of this gap, he teaches not to take trades out of unmitigated. So I feel like that's kind of against his rules, number one. And number two, he said on the week he was looking bearish, so he wanted to see shorts. So this kind of caught me off guard that he was saying that, but that's whatever. So he took a trade in there and got stopped out. I was taking a test, so I didn't take a trade. I took this one up at 8:30 for news, and I got stopped out. So after my test, I was done. What was I looking for? I was looking for a beautiful 2 p.m. power of 3. This was heartbreaking, I'm not gonna lie. This really killed me, guys. So what do we need? We need a 15-minute PD array. Fair value gap. Want some extra confluence? Sure. We have this massive... This is a huge order block, but we'll just do this top one, just because I don't want it to take up the whole screen. We have an hourly order block. Right? Hourly order block, 15-minute, unmitigated, fair value gap. Where do we drop down onto? For me, I was looking a little late, I believe, right? So, your CISD would have been right here. This is your CISD. You enter. I think I got a little greedy, but I also don't think I did. We have a bunch of relative equal highs, right? So this would have been the CISD that you're looking for on the 1 minute. Oh, jeez. And long story short, it did not hit, right? Look at this. I don't know what happened, but we'll go over this in a minute. That was the CISD. I didn't take that. I took a 5-minute fair value gap inversion right here. Boom. Why is this? Why did I do this? Because for me, I think I missed the 1 minute CISD, and 15-minute PD array aligns with 1 minute entry, right? So I missed that. So what do I go to? We have a 1 hour order block. I'm going to get rid of that because I entered on the 5 minute. 1 hour aligns with 5 minute entries. So we get IFEG right there. Enter. Boom. TP. We have all these low resistance liquidity highs. Right here. Stop was here, I believe. Yep. Break even was around here. These highs was break even. Right there. This was our liquidity sweep. I mean, you can't even see it, but you'll be able to see the money signs. Liquidity sweep into a PD array in which we get a 5-minute IFVG. We have low resistance liquidity. We were bullish on the day because of what the market gave us. We have this huge move up, so we're not going to try to catch the falling knife and say that this is going to happen because our chances of catching that are very, very low. So what happens? We have beautiful, beautiful movement. You can see we inverse this. The only thing that was holding us, oh, I don't know what it just did. The only thing that was holding us back was this 3-minute gap right here. You can see we inverse that finally, retest, launch. So we finally inverse it. We tap back into my drawdown a little bit. I wasn't worried, right? Because my break even ES went up there and created equal highs. It didn't sweep it or anything, so it didn't create SMT yet, but it created equal highs right there. You can see right here. Equal highs. With this one, you can see that the high is 724.75, 724.75 right here. So for me, I was like, okay, we might come down and like go and draw down for a minute, but inevitably I feel like we need to take out those highs, even if that means we take out the highs and then dump. I don't care at that point. I break even, it's risk free, it doesn't matter to me. What do? Come back down, soar up, absolutely fly up after testing my entry again. We fly up 144 ticks, we end up going up a little bit higher, and we get to a maximum profit of 205 ticks, basically, right around there, 205 ticks. And what happens? We get SMT right here. SMT. So you guys see the highs that I want taken out. We don't need this anymore, but it's all low range, low resistance liquidity, right? These downwards candles right here at 220 was news. Trump was talking about Putin. Trump was talking about tariffs, and like the trade representative was talking. So we had a little dip, but it ended up going back up because it was like decent news. So I think it like scared people a little bit, but it ended up being good news, and we flew up So what do we create? We create this 5-minute PD array, 5-minute fair value gap. We also have this 5-minute order block right here that I want to see respected. Randomly, out of nowhere, at 2:45, we dump. Yes, we have SMT, but we have bullish SMT as well. We also have a bunch of low resistance liquidity that we need to run, and we just edge it. I'm 60 ticks off, edge it, dump. We disrespect. So many PD arrays, right? We disrespect that 5-minute. We inverse it on. You can see right here. This is what was holding us up for a couple minutes, and then we inverse it and dump, tap me out. We also disrespect the 5-minute order block, and we have a 15-minute order block. And another crazy thing was, on top of all the bullish confluences we had, we get a 15-minute CISD. A 15-minute. Like, that's crazy. It should just go up and sweep this. So that's why I can't be mad, right? That's kind of what I'm going to get into. We have a 15-minute CISD. We have a 5-minute CISD. We have a 3-minute CISD. We have a 1-minute CISD. What more could we ask for? Nothing. You literally couldn't have asked for more. The only problem with this whole trade was ES was lagging a little bit behind. If we had taken out the same highs and not had SMT, we probably would have taken these highs out. So that was super unfortunate. But what really made me mad was we come down and wick me out on this candle at 3 o'clock. We wick me out by 9 ticks, takes me out, right? 9 ticks. What do? Immediately after taking me out, we never touch my stop again, ever, not even with a wick. We move up 267 ticks. Fly up after stopping me out, soar back up. What do? We get within 25 ticks of TP, and I think you guys can see what happened. 25 ticks away from TP, we dump 729 ticks. Downwards candle after downwards candle after downwards candle. Like, I'm not sure. I would check the news right now. I'll go check. 725 ticks after being 25 ticks away. I was pretty mad, I'm not going to lie. I was like, wow. Did this... And I wanted to FOMO so bad. I wanted to get back in. But I couldn't. It wasn't worth it. If something like that doesn't hit, then the market conditions are not in your favor. Because this is the perfect PO3. Like, I'll type it out real quick. 2 p.m. PO3. 15 min PDA plus 1 hour PDA SMT CISD on every time frame. We had a 5-minute IFEG, and we had perfect targets. We had a bunch of low resistance liquidity. This is literally the picture perfect A+ setup on an obvious bullish day. We were bull running all day, so there was no reason for me to want to short on top of everything else. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. A+ setup right here, man. There's nothing I can do about this loss. It did infuriate me because we come down, tap me out, and we end up flying back up and creating a bullish candle, and then never tapping me out again and just flying up. So, super unfortunate. We took a scalp earlier in the day on NQ, just taking out the highs. It was right around here, I believe. I was drawing this up because I was recording a YouTube video, and it was super long because I was live trading, and then it ended up taking me out of my position and stopping me out. So that happened. So I'm redoing the video now. I took, I think, a 1-minute IFEG on these highs. We had SMT around here, and I just took I think around there. Right here. IFVG entered and just targeted the highs, and we made most of our money back on the day and a little bit more because I took it with a mini, obviously a slight gamble, but I kind of knew we wanted to take these highs out. And I knew after taking these highs out that we were going to run our lows, which is what we did. And then that's when I wanted to get into a long position down there because we had the 15-minute untapped. So I ended on the day up $107 basically. The account is sitting at $914 in profit. Not bad by any means. It is currently the 8th. I have till the 20th or 21st till rebill. I mean, I'm going to keep the account no matter what because we're pretty deep in profits. But best case scenario would be passing the account, right? Pass the account before rebill is our goal. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to force trades because I am pretty deep in profit. So there's no reason for me to. With that being said, that's basically it for the video. If you guys want to pause at any time just to see what the perfect setup looks like, this is what it looks like. That's why I'm putting this stuff. This is an A+ setup. The only thing that stops it is the fact that ES was lagging behind and we created SMT right here. If we don't do that, I promise you, out of 10 times, this trade will hit 9. And I say 9 out of 10 because there's times where you're going to have that SMT, and this situation is going to happen to you where you are ticks away from full TP and it dumps. You will have those days. But I promise you, there's no better setup. Like, this couldn't have played out better. And I was waiting for it, guys. Like, I was telling myself, I didn't want the 15 minutes to get tapped before 2 o'clock. I didn't. I was like, please, 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 just generate some liquidity. And what did it do? Slowly chop down, right? Till 2 o'clock. I wanted to see it slowly chop down because if we would have had just like a gigantic candle like this, there would have been no target because there's no like low resistance liquidity. It's just one huge candle that probably has a fair value gap inside of it, a large one, and you can't enter off that. But because we slowly chop down, we create beautiful targets right here. Right here. These are all highs that we didn't take. We just left them. And we want to take those before moving anywhere else. So it was the most amazing setup. It was light bulb for me. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I'm taking this 10 out of 10 times. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if I'm crazy up in my account, like if my account's at like 1,500 or if I'm $2 away from passing the account. This is a trade I'd take 10 out of 10 times. And it was break even. You could have taken partials if you took more cons than me. I only took 2 cons. In my opinion, hindsight's 20/20, right? What could I have done? I was already break even, so that doesn't matter. At this SMT, I could have closed partial. What would that have done for me? I was up $206. I could have closed partial, and I would have locked in $103 worth of profit, therefore ending the day with an account balance of $51,000. So I'd be up a band. Does that change anything? No. Because I really thought that this 5 minute would hold, so I was like, I'm okay with a pullback. Turns out that pullback was us dumping and taking me out, but would it have been smart to take a partial there? Yes, I think so. If I had more cons, I think I would have been more inclined to do so, but because I only was taking 2, I didn't really feel like it. Now I wish I had, but I'm not mad. I'm not going to bash myself for taking such a beautiful setup. There's nothing I could have done. I waited for it, executed, and the market just didn't favor me today. Pretty long video. I do apologize for that. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. Make sure to join the free Discord. We are pushing almost 30 people. It's pretty active. People are always posting their trades. We're always talking in there, posting our profits, losses, anything. We're holding each other accountable, so make sure you tap in there. And yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.